Hi all, I'm Mr. Mendoza, a second grade teacher at Web Du Bois Charter Academy. Today, I'll be reading Diego by Jeanette Winter, text by Jonah Winter, in English and Spanish. Here's a story of the making of an artist. Diego was a boy who loved to draw. He drew on everything, even the walls. In time, he would become known as one of the greatest muralists of Mexico, of the whole world. In vibrant miniature paintings, Jeanette Winter conveys a sense of adventure and magic that marked Diego Rivera's early years, and she shows how this passion for painting joined a love for his country to make a powerful art celebrating the Mexican people. Compuesto de pequeñas y vibrantes pinturas con texto en español e inglés, este libro es una introducción a la vida y obra del gran muralista Diego Rivera. Es un libro para los amantes del arte de cualquier edad. Don't worry, I'll be reading the rest of this book in English. And I know that you love it. Diego. Deep in the mountains of Mexico, there was a town called Guanajuato. In the Guanajuato, there were two happy parents. They were happy because they had twin sons, Diego and Carlos. But Carlos soon fell ill and died. He was not even 2 years old. That must have been heartbreaking. And look at that illustration of a child going into the wind, into the deep skies. This left poor Diego all alone. Then he fell ill, just like his brother. The doctor told his parents he should have a nurse. They found a woman named Antonia. She was an Indian healer. Antonia took young Diego to her hut in the mountains. There was fresh air, there was sunlight. Her hut was very small, but it was a good place for Diego. Inside, there were magical things. There was an altar with candles and little dolls. There were all sorts of herbs and dried fruits. Antonia used these in her healing. Beautiful artwork. Ooh, I guess someone likes to play in the forest. Even while he slept, Diego breathed the vapors of her medicinal herbs. During the day, he played in the jungle. The animals were his friends. Ooh, imagine you having animals as friends. Safe? One day Diego whistled. A parrot whistled back. The parrot became his pet. Diego grew strong and healthy. It was time for him to go home. Time to go back to Mama. But what is that big old dove being doing above him? Or some kind of a bird? Was it the parrot? Look what he's doing on the walls. What is he doing? Would your parents allow you to draw on the walls? Actually, some would. For a homecoming present, his parents gave him some colored chalk. Diego drew everywhere, even on the walls. He loved to draw so much his father made him a studio. The walls were covered with blackboards. Diego drew and drew and drew, making murals that covered the whole room. It looks like he's a pretty good drawer too. pretty good artist also. There's some of the work he was doing right there. Nice and close up of it all. Hmm. Looks like he's daydreaming. Diego had a hard time at school. All day long, he daydreamed. He's an artist, or he was an artist, of course. When he got home, he played with toy soldiers he had made all by himself, 5,000 of them. He knew how to keep occupied. Looks like he's a little bit older there. He loved everything that was colorful. He loved to go to church just to see the little paintings on the walls. His parents finally sent him to art school. He was several years younger than any of the other students. It was an honor. That's him at art school right there. And that's him at the church, whatever church he went to. He liked to look at the artwork on the walls of that church. A lot of candles on that one. Looks like his parents might be working on that. But art school was boring to Diego. He didn't want to draw from models. He wanted to paint real life, so he did. Whatever he saw, he painted. He painted people on the Day of the Dead. This is a day when people think about people they love who have died. Some artists like to just make things up, beautiful no matter what, but he liked to draw real live events. Whoa, what is that all about? Sometimes they say that a picture is worth 1,000 words, but if you have an illustration or a picture without words, do you really understand it? No. So you need to be great readers. He painted people at fiestas. These are special days when people wear colorful masks and dance through the streets. One day, Diego saw a horrible thing. He saw real soldiers shooting down striking workers, but he painted that too. It was what he saw. Remember, he loves to draw what he sees, real live events. I bet that kind of got him in trouble, especially with the government. And there it is again. Someone shooting at, looks like a train of some sort. And over here, he keeps on painting even in the middle of the night. Diego didn't like everything he saw. That's why he helped the poor people fight their war for equality. They were fighting for fair wages and a better life. Diego loved his people more than anything, almost. What did he love more of? More than his people? Drawing, painting. The thing he loved most was painting. And that's where he's doing it in the middle of the night. That's why he went to Paris, the art center of the world. But in Paris, all he thought about was Mexico. I guess nothing was very interesting to him in Paris. This wasn't his life. He wanted to be in his countryside, Mexico. Hmm. Then Diego went to Italy. He saw beautiful murals inside churches. They gave him ideas. He couldn't wait to turn in his ideas into paintings back in Mexico. That's when he started painting the murals that made him famous. His murals told the story of the Mexican people. Day and night, Diego painted. His friends had to climb up a ladder just to see him. What did he love more, his friends or paintings? Well, one day, he got so tired he fell asleep. Diego fell off the scaffold. Whoa! If he was on a scaffold, it must have been real high. That's not good. There's weird paintings, a bunch of skulls, skeletons. What is that? But he wasn't hurt. He wasn't even bothered. His murals were all that mattered to him. He put everything he'd ever seen into them. Things from Antonia's hut, things from the Day of the Dead, the fiestas, scenes from the desert, from the jungle, everything. His murals were huge. There was nothing else like them in the world. Oh, that's what he used to paint. A little bit of everything. Huge murals at that. Oh, wow. This is one total masterpiece, it looks like. It's on a big scaffold painting some huge building. I wonder, what was he painting? Diego Rivera became a famous artist. His paintings made people proud to be Mexican. They still do. A note about Diego Rivera. Jose Diego Rivera. Oops, I'm just going to read it like this. Jose Diego Maria Rivera was born on December 8, 1886 in Guanajuato, Mexico. People all over the world have heard of him. Why? Because he helped change the meaning of art. Instead of making paintings to hang in museums and galleries, the way so many artists before him had done, Diego Rivera painted murals in public spaces for everyone to see. For Diego, the public wall was the perfect place to express his deep respect both for the common people of Mexico and for working class people around the world, and to create an art form that was entirely Mexican. This is why he was asked to paint murals all over Mexico, in schools, in palaces, and in government buildings. But Diego's reputation stretched beyond his own country. He was also asked to paint murals in San Francisco, Detroit, and New York City. Of course, that's on our great, beautiful America, the United States of America. And his murals inspired North American artists to paint on walls too. It has been estimated that in his lifetime, Diego Rivera painted more than 2.5 miles of murals. He died on November 24, 1957, while working in his studio. Here's the story of the making of an artist. Diego was a boy who loved to draw. He drew on everything, even the walls. In time, he would become known as one of the greatest muralists of Mexico, of the whole world, in vibrant miniature paintings. Jeanette Winter conveys a sense of adventure and magic that marked Diego Rivera's early years, and she shows how this passion for paintings joined love for his country to make a powerful art celebrating the Mexican people. I know I already read that part. I read it in the beginning. I want to read one more time and show you that beautiful picture of while he was sick, he made a friend. Diego. Thank you. I hope that you enjoyed this book.